Yeah.
All right, let's get through these CAGbag questions real quick. Tom writes in. He asks, "Is Wombat playing Marvel Mystic Mayhem? And what does he think about it?"
I did check it out. I didn't love it.
This is a mobile game?
This is the new Marvel mobile game. It wasn't really for me. I also checked out Worlds Collide, which is the DC, the one that came out like 3 days ago.
Okay.
Although I think it's a game that's actually been out for a long time, but it like officially launched or it's at a early access or whatever they call it. So I like the DC one better, Worlds Collide better than Mystic Mayhem. Mystic Mayhem, I gave it a shot. It was just, I don't know. It just wasn't hitting for me. Worlds Collide, you actually don't do much. It's just a lot of like hitting buttons and unlocking things. So that kind of scratches that itch. But I'm also not playing a ton of that right now. I mean, it's still Marvel Snap. New Marvel Snap season started on Tuesday. It's
all about that Snap.
It's all about the new Fantastic Four movie. Yeah, it's a big tie-in with that. And they are no longer, because they were part of, what is that, NetEase, the one that the Chinese company that owns
right
TikTok?
They had to separate from because of
they separated from them at the start of the last season, so they had a full season without them, and then this is their second launch. But as they're doing it, they're like kind of nickel and diming things a little more now, and there's been a lot of discourse because this game is still pretty popular. Marvel Snap is still a pretty popular game. So there's been a lot of people, there's a lot of angry people with it. And there was a lot of people, the Reddit channel on the game. Everyone's like, don't buy the season pass. Show them with your wallets. Make sure they know what's going on. Don't spend any money.
It never works.
That's there are better ways to do that. I like, they hear you. There's no way that they're not all reading this and seeing it. They know. But they also, this is the first time where they have 2 season passes, where there's like the regular one that's $10 and you get your 100 things. And now there's a $20 one where it has another card. So it's like basically you're spending the $10 to get a card. You're getting a card that's a $10 card. Now it's 2 cards for $20. And people are kind of pissed about that. And I'm like, whatever.
They want to make money.
They want to make money. I get it. They just separated from a much larger company. They're trying to do this on their own. Right. I'm sure those Marvel licenses and fees that they have to pay to keep this game going aren't cheap. I still think the game is it's still the only mobile game I really play. So I understand it from both sides. Some things do suck. They had one of their mini events where getting the card was basically impossible without spending real money, as opposed to where their past events, I know you don't care. But anyway, that's that. We talked about it for too long. What's the next question here?
The next question is another Tom wrote in, and he wanted to know if he's the oldest person watching now. He's 57 years old. Maybe? Well, possible.
Older than me.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
On topic of Game Pass, Poe Figster writes in and says, with all the discussion around the financial unsustainability of Game Pass, do you think Microsoft will push studios to crank out more low, mid-level content to try and improve revenue? What does that even mean? Why would low, mid-level content improve revenue? What does that even mean, low, mid-level? Like bad games?
I assume cheaper games for them to buy, to put on Game Pass, and cheaper games for Microsoft to throw onto Game Pass, which I feel like they're already doing. I feel like
what big games are there? Like what are the options? Like what are we talking about?
Doom is a big one, and
I mean, it's just there's not so many options to choose from. It's like if you look on the game store, you see like all these these mobile quality games are like just pouring out of the new release section. Like they're not putting those games on Game Pass. So I'm not exactly sure what he means by this question, but I don't see how putting bad games on Game Pass is going to improve revenue, if that's what you are implying by low to mid-level.
he's talking about just the Microsoft studios, though.
Is
Like
that,
to actually to. I think like well, it's
I
not just
think
studios. So I
Microsoft
think like
Studios.
Microsoft Studios, I think would be what he's probably getting at.
But still, I mean, low level implies low quality, right? That's what
I
he's
don't
talking
think
about.
that's what he means. I think he means smaller games.
The smaller games, the size of the games, like are
That's
you gonna
inevitable.
put out a Doom or like I don't know, like a Goat Simulator.
Every game is a
Like
smaller game
if you
now.
can get like a Goat Simulator out of a Microsoft studio, would you go for that, or would you go for a Perfect Dark that you end up canceling?
I mean, what's the industry trend? What is everybody doing? They're not making these big games anymore. There's just
They're
so
not
many.
making any games anymore. They're just saying, hey, what if we give Fortnite $1 billion and just invest in that game? That's what Disney did.
Right. Or they say, how can we make a game that's going to be like Fortnite? And then they just lose all their money.
And then it fails. That's
Right.
what Warner Brothers did.
That's what a lot of people did.
And then they just came running back to Fortnite when it failed.
And that's why we're in this situation now. It's not because of Game Pass. Like, really, we need to move on. Like, it's just a completely different video game market than it was 10 years ago.
Wait until the
15 years
Simpsons
ago.
season of Fortnite next in a month.
Well, what's going to happen then?
The Simpsons is going to have its own season.
But why do I need to wait? What's going to happen?
I don't know. It'll happen in a month.
Oh, I thought you were saying like something was going to happen to change the gaming industry.
Yeah, the Simpsons are going to be in Fortnite.
And then they'll be all games are canceled after that.
The Homer car. They're going to put the Homer car in there.
They'll put oh my God, if they put the Homer in Fortnite.
And Canyon Arrow.
Nah, I mean, I could put in a Canyon Arrow, but I'd rather have the Homer.
I mean, I do like The Simpsons.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't had The Simpsons in yet?
Really?
Never?
I guess no, they've had Family Guy.
They had
Not
Family
The
Guy.
Simpsons.
They've
Wow.
had King of the Hill. They had Bob from Bob's Burgers.
They've got they have Bender from
Bender.
Futurama.
Yep. Yes. Fry. Leela.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think that's enough questions.
Okay.
I feel like this has been going on for too long.
We did a good job.
It was a job.
Yeah.
And we did it.